Shall we begin, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
In the name of Lord Almighty, I wish a very good evening to one and all who are gathered here through online for the lecture on Essential of Science in Life under Star College scheme sponsored by Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, New Delhi, organized by Marian Star Center, St. Mary's College, Thoothukudi. Prayer is exhaling the spirit of man and inhaling the spirit of God. Prayer is a coin paint to gratitude. So let us have an appeal to God Almighty through prayer.
Let's all place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear God, thank you for all the blessings you have bestowed upon us. We are truly grateful for them. Thank you for allowing us today to gather in this online platform and share our knowledge. May you extend your divine wisdom so that we would be able to grasp effectively. Bless all the participants that they would be able to glean the vital information through the session. May we ask for your blessing and divine providence that this session be fruitful and effective. We know that without you, we can't do anything. Grant us your divine wisdom throughout this session. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, ma'am. Science and technology revolutionize our lives, but memory and tradition frame our response. Let me now invite Dr. Irudaya Antoinette Sophia, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, to welcome the gathering.
To all, National Science Day promotes science and technology and its feasibility in our daily life. It also encourages scientists, writers, students, and others who are involved in the promotion of science and technology. In commemoration of National Science Day celebration, we are all gathered here virtually, and I warmly welcome all of you for this virtual invited lecture on Essentials of Science in Life under Star College program, sponsored by Department of Biotechnology, New Delhi, and organized by Marian Star Center, St. Mary's College, Autonomous, Thoothukudi. It's my pleasant privilege to welcome before this virtual gathering the resource person of today's session, Dr. J. Judith Vijaya, one among world's top 2% scientists in the field of materials by Elsevier, Stanford University, USA. She has a very rich and lengthy profile, and I hope that I have tried my best to bring it into a nutshell. Ma'am has completed her UG course from St. Mary's College, PG and doctoral degree from Royal College, Chennai. To her credit, she has published 195 research papers in Scopus and Web of Science Index journals with an impact factor of 440 and H index 54. She has guided 23 MPhil students, and under her able guidance, 14 of her students have completed their PhD and 4 of them are still pursuing. She has also contributed towards publication of 6 books and is editor of 4 international journals. She has been granted 5 Indian patents, 3 international US patents, and has also applied for 2 more Indian patents. She has presented 60 research articles in international and national conferences and was awarded the Best Paper Award for nearly 10 papers. She has 5 major research projects worth ₹75 lakhs. To add feather to her cap, she was bestowed with 35 scientific awards and is also the reviewer for nearly 90 international journals. She is also a member of the Fellow of Indian Chemical Society, American Chemical Society, Catalysis Society of India, and American Nano Society. She was one among the 40 young researchers for the 59th meeting of Nobel laureates at Germany during the year 2009 and was awarded the DST Award for participation with Nobel laureates. And some of her few prominent awards include Yadenapalli Award for Best Researcher of Science in the year 2013 and 14, DST Royal Society Award in Chemistry for the year 2013, Senior Women Educator and Scholar Award in the year 2014, Outstanding Paper Award for 2016, Outstanding Researcher and Scholar Icon, Tamil Nadu Young Scientist Award for the year 2016, and apart from that, Loyola Research Day Award, that Academic Researcher, Subject Expert, also on the Board of Studies in Chemistry, and she's also the top cited author award by IOP publishers. She has also received top peer reviewer award powered by Tourbillons for the year 2018-19. And she has received the Women's Achiever Award in the field of chemistry in the year 2020. I think with all these credentials, we have the right person for the right topic on the right day. Welcome you, ma'am. I also welcome our principal, Dr. Sister A.H. Lucia Rose, our secretary, Reverend Sister Flora Mary, our deputy principal, Dr. Sister Kulanday Teres, Dr. Sister Arapi Delicious Alphonse, overall star coordinator member secretary, and also extend a very warm welcome to all the heads of various departments and my dear students. Welcome you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm words of welcome. Achievers never expose themselves, but their achievements expose them. Now it's time to have a photo session. Kindly participants, switch on your videos to make your presence a memorable one. Thank you, participants. A good learning is a foundation for a better future. The object of education is to prepare the young to educate themselves throughout their lives, says Robert. Let me now invite Speaker of the Day, Dr. J. Judith Vijaya, Dean of Sciences, Associate Professor of Chemistry, Loyola College, Chennai, to share her knowledge with us now. The session is yours, ma'am.
Is it the presentation is visible, sister? Ma'am, sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I start now?
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, dear professors and students. I'm very happy to know that on behalf of National Science Day, St. Mary's College has organized this particular seminar for the students, where I wish to talk about the essentials of science in life. Everywhere, every day, whatever we do, in all aspects, we could feel the science. So I just want to give few glimpses of that. Science is a gift to the humanity. Science can educate, it delivers information, entertain, and make people more responsible, because science always talks and proves only the truth. Here you can see the picture. Mother is standing here at the center, At the left side, one son is doing a work, and other right side, another son is doing another work. What is the work they are doing is, both the sons, the mother asked them to take the stone from the mountain to down the hill. The first son on the right side, he has broken the stones and he is just dragging the stones from the mountain to downwards. Whereas on the left hand side, the boy is making it as a shape of a circle so that he can easily just roll it off from the mountain to the downhill. But mother, if you see the picture, mother is actually scolding the second son, that is on the left hand side son, why he is wasting time. But actually he is not wasting time. He is shaping it in such a way that the big stone can be easily taken down from the top of the hill to down the hill. So what is needed for science today is a smart work rather than the hard work. The right side boy is doing the hard work. He is breaking the stone and pulling it with a heavy heart and heavy body. Whereas on the left hand side, he is shaping it, though it takes some time, but easily it can be transferred from top to the down part of the hill. So left side son is doing the hard, not the smart work, and the right side son is doing us hard work. So what is important today is only the smart work and not the hard work. So if you compare the human body and earth is having water 70% and land 30%, and human body is also having 70% of water with 30% of solids. And if we compare the main elements present in both earth and human body, oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, and phosphorus is commonly present in both earth and our human body. So whenever we see something, or we hear something, or we read something, we observe something, these are the questions which should come in mind. What, how, where, why, when, and who. I hope you heard about these two famous scientists, Michael Faraday and Humphrey Davy. I just want to say a story of it. Michael Faraday was a very famous scientist, and Humphrey Davy, before becoming a scientist, he was working with Humphrey Davy. Humphrey Davy was doing a book binding shop. So he was keeping a book binding shop wherever he used to study the book given for binding. He actually developed this knowledge. One day he attended the lecture of Michael Faraday attended the lecture of Humphrey Davy, and Faraday started reading all this identification done by the Humphrey Davy. So later on, both became the scientists, world famous scientists. So why I'm saying this story is, one person is scientist and another person is a book binding person, but both are able to become scientists only because of the interest in science, only because they asked all the questions, whatever is said now, what, how, when, where, like that. So science always gives only the truth, and it proves only the truth. In 1910, there was a man called Louis D. Broglie. He obtained his degree in history, but he is a person who always observes nature. So after becoming a history person, completing the degree, he started studying the degree in physics. In 1914 to 18, he worked in military service in war, and he spent his spare time in solving the technical problems. But in 1924, he gained the doctoral degree in researches on the quantum theory. Since he was very much interested in nature and physics, he started working on quantum theory, and his theory was later proved by Davison and Germer in 1927, for which he was awarded Nobel Prize by Swedish Academy of Sciences in 1929. Though he is an arts person, the degree was obtained by him in history. Later on, he changed his field to physics and started working on quantum field, and which made him to go up to the Nobel Prize. What he did is, nature loves symmetry. He was able to observe. You can see all these pictures. You just keep the mirror image of one half, the other will be exactly the same. So nature always tries to make itself to have the symmetry. This symmetry was very much appreciated by D. Broglie, and this was the one which he used in his theory also. So this is the picture which shows all the symmetry part which is present in the universe. The universe consists of both matter and radiation, and nature is always symmetrical with the two physical entities. If radiant energy has dual characteristics, matter should also have the dual characteristics. I hope you all would have studied all particle and wave-like nature is present in almost all the materials. And I want to just say a few points where the science could be observed. All our ancestors or our elder person at home used to say why to rise early in the morning. So the reason behind is ultraviolet V rays present in the sun rays is very much important for our skin. Even if you take vitamin D tablet, it will not fetch so much vitamin in our body. But early morning, 6 o'clock, if you just go and stand in the sun, that will fetch the ultraviolet B rays into our body, which is very much good for our body to synthesize vitamin D. Vitamin D is very important for the proper bone growth. Otherwise, we will have the disease called rickets. So this is one reason why our ancestors used to say, rise early in the morning and stand in the sun for some time. And the trinity and triple point, I just want to give you a comparison. In physical chemistry, they would have given a point called triple point. The triple point, triple means 3, a point at which 3 different phases can join together. For example, if you take water, it can exist as liquid, solid, and gas. And triple point is the place where you can have the coexistence of all the 3 phases, liquid, solid, and gas. Not only in science it is present, even we are saying in religion, Trinity, Tri-God is there, or 3 different kinds of feelings like intelligent, normal, and dull, or joy, ideal, and sorrow. So this way we can compare the nature and our daily life. In historical ages, 6000 to 2000 BC, it was called as a Stone Age. In 3300, it was called as Bronze Age. 1200 to 550, it was called as Iron Age. But in what age we are now? We are now in the garbage. Everywhere, whatever we are using, just we are throwing it out. And now we are talking about the clean environment, how to dispose the garbage, how to dispose the solid and liquid wastages. So this is very important point in today's world. And that is why in 2014, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, that's called the Clean India Mission, was launched by the government. I hope all of you would have heard about this particular plant called Nilavembu, which is very much important. It's called Mooligai in Tamil. It is a herbal plant. That herbal plant is very much important and was given to cure all kinds of fever and other diseases. And this Nilavembu has different types of bioactive compounds. I have given just the name and the structure. Don't worry about this. All the structure and compounds together, which are bioactive in nature, that is only curing all kind of viral infections. Not only that, even if you take in Ayurveda, the science of life, all these kinds of fruits and plants, everything is having some medical properties. And this one we would have seen in almost all the houses. We will have aloe vera, and this one called as Vasambu. Vasambu is whenever the children are crying because of stomach pain, they will use that. And this is a neem tree. In all the places you can see the neem tree. The neem tree is very good. The air is very good in the afternoon, not in the night, because it releases more oxygen in the morning time. So that is good. So in Hindu temples and all, when we go, they will have a neem tree. So all these things, vitamin C is present in this. And this is another sitapalam. We'll call this as sitapalam in Tamil. And this is a very good fruit, which is called Sita. Sita means ultra pure or holy, correct? So that much of holiness is present in this particular fruit. In other words, that much of constituents or vitamins is present, which is very, very important for our human system. This is called actually graviola, the scientific name, the sitapalam. That graviola, they have found that it is curing cancer. It is also called as Gwen's bar or sour soup. And it is having almost all kinds of immunity boosters. Immunity constituent is present in graviola, that is called as a sitapalam. And it has high amount of antioxidants, so that it rejuvenates the damage of the skin cells will be, the damage of the skin cells will be stopped. And every second, every minute, our skin will be changed. The skin cells are dying and new skin cells are created. So for that purpose, graviola is very much important. So this fruit is commonly available in nature, which we can take it. This is very important for our human body, because it is having almost all kinds of vitamins and fructose, and it is also giving antidepressive effects. Whenever we feel like a depression or no good mood and all, we can eat this kind of fruit, which will actually give the immunity booster as well as the mood effective boosters. And if you take the nature, 6-inch layer cultivation soil takes 1200 years to make it fertile. and with all the required nutrients. That is the work of the nature. 1200 years the nature is working to make 6-inch layer cultivation soil. But without knowing this particular fact, we are just cutting down the trees and forests. Deforestation or cutting down the trees everywhere is common now. But we have to think how the nature prepares itself. 1200 years it is preparing to make 6-inch layer cultivation soil. This is the place called Sittana Vasal Cave. I don't know how many of you have gone there, Pudukottai. If there is a possibility for you to go, please go and see here. It is called as a Jain cave. In 2nd century, Jains were living there. It is a monastery or temple of the Jains. Here at the walls as well as at the entrance, all colors, different colors of painting would have been seen, like black, green, yellow, orange, blue, and white. None of them are synthetic dyes. If you see outside the cave, lot of plants will be there, and every plant you just crush it, it will give different colors like green color, yellow color, orange color, like that. So they have just used that plant, and from the plant they have taken the dyes which are called as the natural dyes, and they have used that for the painting. Still today, from the 2nd century till now, we can see the presence of same natural colors, natural dyes. But what we are doing now is we are using only the synthetic dyes. All these colors are attractive. Whenever we go to shop, if sweets or chocolates or apple, wherever you buy, if colors are there, it is attractive. So immediately we will buy that particular food item, which is having the synthetic dyes. This kind of chocolates from foreign, usually they will bring it. You can see all different types of colors, which is very attractive to our eyes. But if you see the ingredients at the 5th line, E102, E129, E133, E171. All these are stabilizer agents and coloring agents which are completely synthetic dyes, and they are not good for our health. But since our eyes are attractive because of the color, we usually buy this kind of chocolates and eat. We depend on the synthetic dyes. This type of dyes are mainly made from the rhodamine dyes, which is having different colors. I have given the structure. Don't worry about the chemical formula and all. So what I'm trying to say is a particular dye can be present in different colors, in different structures, which is not good for our health. And this one highlighter for remembering, don't forget, very important. So all these different colors we will use, which are all having the synthetic colors, which is not good for our environment and not good for our health also. If you take the chemistry of all these highlighter colors, yellow color, blue color, orange color, pink color, all these are different dyes. So by having the different dyes, different colored reagents are used, and they are used in the highlighters. As I said earlier, they are not good. So for example, if you take coffee when you feel boring, or if you want to take a break, we always take coffee when we feel sleepy, because there is an hormone called adenosine in our brain, which binds with the nerves endpoints and it blocks. Whenever we feel down, the neural activity goes down. So we feel sleepy. Coffee has another one called as caffeine. Adenosine and caffeine both will have similar structure. So instead of adenosine, this caffeine will go and bind with the nerve receptor, so that we get we will get activated and we will not have the feeling of sleepy. But if you take too much of coffee or too much of tea, again we feel like excited and muscles will tense, because instead of the hormone called caffeine, we will have the release of adrenaline, which is a fight hormone, and it will give more energy in our body. That is why we feel excited. So less amount of coffee or tea is always good, so that we will not feel sleepy. We'll be activated, but we should not take more amount. Otherwise, we will feel more excited and our muscles will be tensed because of the more intaking of coffee. That is, instead of caffeine, which is going to combine with the nerve receptors, instead of adenosine, we will have the release of the adrenaline, which is a hormone, which is a fight hormone, and our body gets excited. And I hope this one, before cutting the onions, they will always wash. Your mother will wash in water, then only they will use. Because the onion cells, when you cut, they have sulfur compounds inside it. The sulfur compounds, when we cut, that will react with the water, moisture in our eyes. That's why we are getting the tears. The dilute, very, very dilute sulfuric acid will come. So when you wash it after removing the skin of the onion, the burning sensation will be very less. So this is the commonly happening incident in everyday life, but that is because of the scientific compound called sulfur compounds present in the onion. Why meals are cooked faster in a pressure cooker? Morning, whenever we get up, we always depend on the pressure cooker, because inside the pressure cooker, when you seal it, you're increasing the pressure. Whenever we increase the pressure, pressure is directly proportional to the temperature. That is why instead of giving the higher temperature to a particular vessel, we are increasing the pressure. Just excuse me. Instead of increasing the temperature, we are increasing the pressure, thereby indirectly we are increasing the temperature. Similarly, other few examples. Why men are prone to more heart attack than women? So the total statistical report says heart attack is occurring for men rather than women, because there are two types of cholesterol called bad cholesterol and good cholesterol. Bad cholesterol is called as low density lipoprotein, and good cholesterol is called as high density lipoprotein. This bad cholesterol will deposit on the artery walls. Therefore, it forms a cholesterol plague. That is, it will stop the flow of blood into pumping of blood into the heart. So that heart substance is called as a plague, and it leads to the narrowing of the arteries by forming atherosclerosis. Therefore, the arteries get blocked, high risk of heart diseases. Whereas the good cholesterol is very important for our artery walls, and through the liver, it prevents this atherosclerosis. What is the reason for this is, all women will have the hormone called estrogen on their own. This estrogen is responsible for the increase in the good cholesterol. Whereas men will not have this estrogen hormone, they have androgen hormone. That hormone will not give the good cholesterol. So basically, the hormone in women, estrogen, increases the good cholesterol. That is why we are not prone to heart attack much when we compare with the men. And the next example, cow is a sacred animal. In every housewarming, they will first take the cow inside the house before our relatives or the owners enter the house. But when they take the cattle farm, they will keep it away from home. And we will not hug or kiss the cow, whereas puppies and cats, we will allow them inside the house. Why? Because when you take the cow, they are having the anaerobic digestion. The digestion of the food is nothing but carbohydrates, where you have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Aerobic digestion will give carbon dioxide and water, as we see it in our human system or in puppies or any other animals. But in the case of cow, the methane gas is produced under the anaerobic digestion, because oxygen supply will not be there. Only carbon and hydrogen will be there inside the stomach. If you see the cow stomach, you can always see the mouth of the cow is always doing like this. Why it is chewing like that is, it is stopping the oxygen flow inside, and there is a production of methane gas. Methane gas is a greenhouse gas, so which is not good for our health. That's why they are keeping the cattle farm away from home, whereas we are keeping the puppies and cats inside our house. And cool drinks, all these cool drinks, they are very dangerous. Usually they will say because of the water content, which is not a actual good water, RO water. But apart from that, even the plastics in which these cool drinks are kept, that plastics are having the phenolic compounds called as endocrine disruptors. I have given one example, a name of the compound called as bisphenol A, which is the endocrine disruptor. What is endocrine disruptor is, we are having the glands called endocrine glands in our body. That these type of phenolic compounds, when we drink water, then when we drink cool drinks, along with our cool drinks, this plastic will also be leached. That means the phenolic compounds will go inside our body, and it will cause the disturbance to the endocrine glands. That's why they are saying don't drink this kind of cool drinks, not only because of the water, even because of the plastic bottle what they are using. And differences between road shop tea and star hotels tea. Whenever we go to the road shop tea, maximum we will have 5 rupees to 10 rupees. Whereas star hotels, they will charge it as 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. Even if you go to the 5-star hotels, one tea may be more than 2,000, 3,000 rupees. When they prepare a tea, same tea powder, milk, sugar, you boil it, add it, that's all. But what is the difference here is, in roadside tea, if you see the tea sellers, they will stir like this, the long distance, right? So ஆத்துறதுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, டீ ஆத்தும்போது, that is a stirring process. That stirring process, they will do it at a longer distance for longer time. Whereas in star hotels, as soon as they boil it and prepare it, immediately they will serve. What is the difference here is the dissolved oxygen content. When you stir it at a longer distance for longer time, as in the case of road shop teas, the dissolved oxygen will be left. It will be released. Whereas the dissolved oxygen present in the star hotels tea makes it very tasty, and that is why we are giving more money also for the star hotels tea. I want to introduce another concept which you may study in your undergraduate level, called as nanometer. Nanometer is 10 power minus 9 meter. If you consider one DNA, its size is 2.5 nanometers wide. And if we keep 10 hydrogen atoms side by side, it is 1 nanometer. And our human hair is 10,000 nanometers. It is nothing but a very, very small things which will give very, very big results. So this is recently found out, the nanoscale. But few thousand years ago, it was used by Egyptians in their black eyeshadow mixtures, which are found to contain a mixture called as galena. Galena is nothing but lead sulfide. And when they found out, they have seen that 5 nanometer scale galena crystals were present in it. So it is not new, though we are talking now nanotechnology, nanometer is everything is new concept. Few thousand years ago, Egyptian was using this particular eyeshadow mixtures, as well as to color their hair, they have used it. That hair color and the eyeshadow mixture is consisting of 5 nanometer galena particles. Galena is nothing but lead sulfide. Why to go to Egyptians? It is not a new phenomenon. It was present in 4th century AD itself. There was a king called as Lycurgus. He used this particular glass. I hope the presentation is clear. You can see 2 different colors in the Lycurgus glass, green color as well as red color. It is still kept in the museum there. It's a Roman cup made of ruby glass. When it is viewed in reflected light, that is for example daylight, it appears green. And when it is transmitted through the glass, when the light is transmitted through the glass, the transmitted light gives the red color. So reflected light gives green color and transmitted color gives the red color. So this is still present in the British Museum. And when they have just scratched a little and they have identified that there is a presence of gold nanoparticle in the Lycurgus cup. So that king called Lycurgus was using this particular cup made up of ruby glass, and that was coated with the gold nanoparticle. So nano is not a new phenomena. It was used by Egyptians. It was used by British very long back. And Richard Feynman was the scientist in 1959 who is in talk said there is plenty of room at the bottom. That is, whenever we go to the particular house for housewarming session or any relative's house, we will see how they have built it. But what is the foundation? How the strong, what kind of strongness is given to the foundation? That is more important. So that concept was given by based on which we have given two different approaches, top-down approach and bottom-up approach. Top-down approach means from the bigger molecules, we are narrowing it down to the smaller particles, and bottom-up means all the smaller particles together, study the properties and make it as one big bulk material. So these two kinds of approaches are very important in nanotechnology. In November 7, 1773, there is an excerpt from letter of Benjamin Franklin to William Brownring. I'm not going to read this particular letter. What he did is he just poured a spoon of oil in the pond, in the river. So you can see how it spreads. So the glass-like layer of oil is spread over the river or pond for nearly half an acre. So we have just poured a teaspoonful of oil, whereas the full river, the pond was having the oil as the thin film. So they want to calculate what is the thickness of the film. Using the volume, area into thickness, they have calculated a thickness is around 1 nanometer. Using the formula V is equal to AT, therefore thickness is equal to V by A. The area of the pond was nearly 0.5 acre. So they have calculated. So much thin film can be formed when we consider the nanoscale. So what is the speciality of this nanoscale? Why to go to the ancestors? Why to go to the English people or Egyptian people? Our own ancestors said, "Kadugu siruthalum karam kuraya." The mustard is very small, but still it is too spicy. Murti sinnadhanalum kirti periyudu. The ideal may be small, its fame is big. So don't judge the worth of a person by their size. Whether we are small or big, our kirti should be big. That means our hard work should be important, and size does not matter in any of our achievements. So nanomaterials with some applications form nanotechnology. What is special about this nanomaterial is they have large surface area. So when you consider a bulk material, for example, 30 nanometer iron particle, it has only 5% of atoms on its surface. But the same thing, if you go down to 3 nanometer particle, as I said earlier, top-down approach and bottom-up approach, a 3 nanometer iron particle will have 50% of iron on its surface. So whenever we want more number of atoms or more properties, then definitely we can go for the nanomaterial size, that is 10 power minus 9 nanometer. 10 power minus 9 meter. That's called as the nanometer. It is always used in nanotechnology in many industries like electronics, materials, health, chemical, environmental, energy, aerospace, automotive, security, forest, and others. So if you see the interdisciplinary fields like physics, chemistry, biology, materials, polymer, electrical, chemical, mechanical engineering, and medicine, all these fields are very important in case of nanotechnology. So we should have the innovative applications using nanotechnology in energy, medicine and drugs, biotechnology, in order to create devices, optical engineering, defense, bioengineering, cosmetics, and even fabrics, nanofabrics. The clothes what we are wearing, they can just coat it with nano to have desired properties. And nano now, they have started from 2007 to 12, and what is currently happening now is in almost all the fields I have given, nano is used. Whatever field you take, in all the fields nanotechnology is used because of the properties like more surface area, more when you go down you can see more or less properties. Whatever you expect from the bulk material, more than that we can expect from the nanomaterials. So this, as I said earlier, it was first given by Richard Feynman, and this is very important in food packaging and food safety. This is called as nanofood. We can create new, we can see the formation of new pesticides with the genetic engineering, identity preservation, agri-chemical delivery, and sensors to monitor soil conditions and nutrient delivery, nutraceuticals, minerals and vitamin fortification, drinking water purification. Almost every field in food and food packaging and food processing, we can always use this nanotechnology. I want to give you one particular example here. All our military people who are in Siachen is almost 2000 feet height from the down, and when they want to take the food from down to the top of the hill, which is around 2000 feet high, what they will do is they will use only the trucks. So the trucks, when they take the food from down the hill to up the hill, what they will do is they will pack it in two covers. I'm just showing it in the left hand side figure. The image is given here, photos. Please see here. The inner cover and outer cover, two covers are there, and you can see the blue color dots are there. What they will do is first they will put the food item inside the cover, and they will just seal it using UV activated TiO2 nanoparticles and methylene blue indicator. And again they will put it in another cover, that's called outer cover or second cover. Again they will have the sensor there. So after that, they will immediately activate with the UV light. When the UV light is passed, we can see both the blue lights are off. So in the second photograph shows, after the packaging, they will just keep it in the UV light so that no blue light is there. But in the C figure, the third picture, we can see after few minutes, the outside cover is showing a blue color, but inside cover is not showing a blue color. What is the meaning here is, when the cover is exposed to oxygen or moisture, only the outer cover is responding. That is, only the outer cover is showing a blue color. In the last picture, that is in the D, the inner cover is also showing the blue color. What is the meaning here? The inside cover is, which is having a food content, is spoiled because of the influx of the oxygen as well as the moisture. So when they are packing it in bulk for the soldiers, for the military people, from down the hill to up the hill, which will take nearly 2 or 3 days to reach the hill, they will not open and see every cover. They will not open and see. They will just see whether the blue color, that sensor, that signal is there, the blue color dot is there. Only on the outer cover means they will use it for eating. When the blue color dot is present in both inside and outside cover, they will just throw it because it is spoiled. Instead of wasting time in opening every time the cover, open it and see, what they are using here is they are using it like oxygen sensor, where they are utilizing TiO2 nanoparticles. The TiO2 nanoparticles along with the methylene blue is a blue color dye. They will mix it with the TiO2 nanoparticle and they are using just UV light. They will just pass it over the UV light and they will take it from down the hill to up the hill. So which is around 2000 feet high. This is the method what they are using currently in order to give food to the soldiers. In human healthcare medicine, whenever we take medicine, for example, if we take a medicine for fever, our body will pain, we will feel sleepy, we need to take rest. What is the meaning of that? When we take a medicine, not only the cells which are which need some repair or which need some attention, the normal cells will also be affected. Whereas in nanotechnology, if you take a nano capsules or nano medicines, it will be released, the drug will be released only at a place where it has to be treated, especially for cancer patients, tumors. The patients have to be they have to undergo chemotherapy. So all kinds of side effects will be there. So they are now using this is still in the research level. They are using the nanoscale material like titanium oxide, zinc oxide and all. So in order to take the treatment of the patients suffering from cancer, they are using this kind of nano materials in drug delivery. Also in dental care, it can be used. For example, in order to maintain the natural tooth maintenance, that is the appearance and durability of the teeth is depending on the enamel, what we are having that. This enamel layer can be replaced with the artificial materials like diamond or sapphire, which is in the nanoscale level, and the hardness and strength will be 20 to 100 times more than the natural enamel. So if the people who are very much old, the elder people, if they lost this enamel layers, it can be easily treated by taking this diamond or sapphire in nanoscale level, and this enamel can be easily replaced. So in order to have the tooth maintenance, we can do it, or even the nano robots to occlude the specific tubules instead of using they will have all types of tubules and all to remove it. So instead of that, they can always use nano robots which can directly take that particular place alone. Wherever we have the struggles there, that alone can be removed for the quick and the permanent cure can be done here. In construction and building materials also, we can use the nanoparticles. For example, production of cheap corrosion-free steel. What they will do is, along with the steel, they will add this coat, just coated with the nano material, so that the cost wise it will be less, or the property wise it will be more. This will have self-repairing property or self-cleaning property. Nowadays, if you see in a TV advertisements, they will say this particular paint, if you paint it for the next 10 years or 20 years, whether it is rain or summer, nothing will happen. That effect is called as lotus effect. Lotus is tamara. You can see lotus will not have any water over it. Similarly, no dirt can sit on the lotus. How they have done this is, along with the paint, they will add this nanoparticle like a titanium oxide or zinc oxide, which will create the hydrophobic surface, so that water or dirt which is falling over the walls of the building, it will not stay there, it will directly washed away. So this particular self-cleaning ability is possible only because of the mixing of the nanomaterials along with the painting which is done over the walls of any buildings. One such example is the church which is called Dives in Macedonia. It is present in Rome, Italy. You can see self-cleaning building. This is the first self-cleaning building which is having 346 pre-stressed concrete blocks made with white cement and titanium oxide. What they have done is, along with the white cement, they have added the nano titanium oxide to reduce the contact angle between water and the solid surface of the building by 80%. So no water or no dirt can stay over this particular building and still it is clean. outdoor pollution and indoor pollution. There are two types of pollution which we could see. In the roads, nano titanium oxide will be mixed along with the tar in order to reduce the release of nitrogen oxides. NOx is very important greenhouse gas. Whenever they put tar road over the road, they put the tar, some smell will come. The smell is nothing but nitrogen oxides. That can be reduced by mixing tar with titanium oxide or any other nanomaterial. Similarly, it can also reduce the indoor pollution. As I said earlier, when you have the paintings along with the nanomaterials, it reduces the NOx release by nearly 63%. So nanomaterials are useful to reduce both indoor and outdoor pollution. So what is important here is, in nature, everything is present. Science is present everywhere. What we are going to do is, with what eyes, with new eyes, we are going to see so that we can make best use of it. So if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. Always, before using anything, before you see something or observe something, we should always plan. But what instead of that, what we will do, we will always see the books, syllabus, and then always study what is the concept. Instead of observing, we will by heart without understanding. In the left side, all the teachers will just mix everything, all concepts of science, whatever you are studying, all discipline you are studying. I think chemistry students are mostly here. So all types of chemistry like physical, inorganic, organic, all these will be mixed and given at the left side by the teachers. And another teacher, he is giving a burner, he is boiling it. But if you see the output on the right hand side for the student, only a single drop. So only because the students have to observe more. What we are thinking is, we are just tying up with whatever talents we have. More than that, we always think that we have to please the examiner who is going to correct our paper. But apart from the academic side, which is very important, we have to study, we have to read, we have to write the exam, but we should also observe. In other words, what we need is systematic approach. Again, I want to give an example here. This has really happened in Bangalore. In Bangalore, we can see left-hand side plants. They are called as Partinan plants. It caused asthma for many people. All of a sudden, everywhere Bangalore, Partinan plants have started causing asthma. So the government thought, the tourists have started complaining how to stop this particular growth of Partinan plants. So they asked the scientists for a solution. The scientists inside the lab, they said a particular type of beetle, the picture is given on the right hand side. It loves eating Partinan. So what they did is, they just created this beetle so that it will multiply in bigger amounts, and all these Partinan leaves have been eaten by the beetle leaves. But as expected, after this beetle eat all the plants within a month of time, still they want food for their living. The beetle needs food. So what they did is, if there is no Partinan plant, what is the next option? They have gone to the sunflower. Wherever the sunflower was there, it has eaten all the sunflowers. So farmers were highly affected, and it causes major embarrassment for the government also. So what is needed here is systematic approach. We know very well that beetle will eat this particular Partinan plant. Everyone knows. But after that, if Partinan plants is completely eradicated, what will happen to the beetles? Whether it is possible to remove this beetle or to stop the growth of the beetle, that particular point, or what will be the other option other than Partinan plant, what will be the other option for the beetle for their living, or whether we can kill them. So that particular systematic approach was not there among the scientists, and they faced the consequence. So whenever we read something, whenever we read the syllabus or the professor is teaching, apart from the concept, you should think a little bit ahead. So what will happen next? So why this particular concept is taught to us? How this concept can occur? So just imagine, visualize, observe everything, and then only we can have the systematic approach in our life also. So world is waiting for us to act or react. We have the capacity to see all the problems and the needs of the society. We have to be ourselves. We have to rejoice, and we have to be very well-rounded, beautiful, unique, intelligent person, because we are created by God or nature to live like that only. But at the same time, we should have we have to face a lot of challenges. We have to create interest within us to face the future. We should pursue higher studies. and research in the own field to have the sustainable society. So what is very important here is we should have curiosity to do anything. Wherever, whatever happens, we should be curious to observe that, honesty, and don't give up anything. Whatever you're doing, don't give up, not to accept any statement blindly, systematic in planning and execution. I told you one example in Bangalore, what happened with the Parthenon plans. That systematic planning and execution is important, creative thinking, analytical approach, and always we should have open mind, dedication, optimistic, and intelligence. So whether it is possible to have all these things at the age of 18 or at the age of 19, it is not possible. It has to be a practice. So initially, when you start with 1 point, 2nd point, 3rd point like that, it has to be a usual practice, then it will become your habit. So whether we are big or strong in our knowledge or in size, nothing is going to affect us. It is what we can do with it, or whatever we have, this little knowledge, how we can upgrade with it. That is going to be very, very important matter. Thanks for the opportunity. If there is any doubt, kindly ask me.
Dear participants, if you have any clarification, you can unmute your mic and clarify your doubts.
I'm sorry, my throat troubled in some places. I hope you are able to hear me properly. If you have any doubts, please ask.
Girls, you can unmute yourself. I hope all were very clear in your from your lecture, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your interesting lecture, which began with motivation. You have also refreshed the history of science and new innovations. You have motivated us to be a natural lover and made us to have a healthier lifestyle. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful lecture.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude, and gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. Now I invite Dr. B. Divya, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, to propose a vote of thanks.
Good evening to everyone present here. It's my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on this beautiful evening. First and foremost, I would like to thank the chief guest of this program, Dr. J. Judith Vijaya, Dean of Sciences, Associate Professor of Chemistry, Loyola College, Chennai, for her wonderful explanation on essentials of science in life. Really, ma'am, your explanations is wonderful, and thank you very much, ma'am. I also thank Dr. Sister Arokya Genicius Alphonse, overall STAR coordinator, for organizing such a wonderful program. I also thank our HOD and all the staff members of our department and the technical persons behind this program. Also, I thank the student participants for their patience listening. Once again, I thank one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Divya. Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback form posted in the chat box. Thank you all for your support and concern. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again.
Ma'am, thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. Shall I leave, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.